Let's talk toddlers. Sensory. It feels like sensory is like a buzzword right now. Everything sensory this, sensory that, sensory hours when you go to stores, a sensory kit when you walk into certain places. It's everywhere. And in reality, it's something that we use each and every day. It's something that we've had and been doing ages and ages prior. Sensory is what it is in its name. It's dealing with the senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Right? So if we're talking about sight, we're thinking about things that they can see. Light, either a fast pace or a slow pace, different color lights, things that can change colors. For smell, it can be any of the aromas, scratch and sniff, stickers. It can be just the different smells of food, right? The way an orange smells in comparison to chocolate. Hearing, it's again, movement on different textures. It can be musical instruments. It can be just anything that is just going to activate that. And mind you, it goes the opposite way as well. Some, for that sensory, it means putting on those earphones to block the loud noises, or maybe not block, but muffle them. Touch, it could be anything from the movement to the different textures. If it's fluffy or scratchy or sticky or watery, it could be anything like that. When it comes to taste, you have the sensory food play, where it is just different things with the food, the different textures, the different flavors in our mouth, and a lot of the senses overlap. So you may have one activity like water play that is going to be the feeling, but also the sounds. You may have food play, which is going to be feeling of the textures, but also the taste. What are some sensory things that we can use for toddlers? Anything, really, that will activate our senses. You can have a bag, a book, a bin, a box. It could be all sorts of things, but within that is focusing on the senses. Sand, rice, Play-Doh, water play, food, bubbles. When it comes to sensory books, it may be the keyboard if you're trying to search for something in particular, but sensory books can be anything from multisensory, touch and feel, flip the flap, lift the flap, textural, buttons, sounds, slide, move, trace, or they just have some type of interactive elements. And please know, if they are overstimulated for any of this, that's our sign to dial it back one sense at a time. When it comes to the sensory activities, who is it for? Everyone. Everyone. It doesn't matter the age, from infant to the elderly. Sensory is something that can help everyone. While sensory can be used for all the ages, not all sensory activities can be for every age group. Sensory activities for infants may look very different for toddlers, which would look very different for teenagers or the elderly. When would you use sensory? Really, you can use it any time. Be to explore and play, strengthen skills, to regulate emotions. Sensory activities can be indoors, outdoors. They can be in a little box. They can be in a big room. There's nothing specific when it comes to sensory. Why might somebody use sensory? The same for when would we use it? At the end of the day, sensory activities can improve their overall development, and it can enhance their cognitive development, develop their motor skills, expand their vocabulary when you're talking about the senses, again, help with their emotional regulation. How can we make sure that sensory activities are implemented? By giving it to them, by giving them opportunities to use their senses. When it comes to resources and figuring out what sensory kits that you want to do or sensory activities that you can do, it's countless. You can go online right now. You can search specific age group, right? A sensory for toddlers. So many activities are going to come up that you could probably have a brand new activity. I mean, I would definitely say at least twice a week, you could have a brand new activity if you wanted to. And please remember that the sensory activity doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be this big old grand thing that's going to cost you $100 or more to create each activity, because a lot of times those activities may be too overstimulating. Sensory activities can be a plethora of things. And like I said, you can go online and search, but you can have them themed in any way, from the holidays to the seasons to whatever it is that you're learning about, if it's numbers or if it's animals, aquatic things or land things. But finding out which of the senses your little one prefers, maybe which senses that they're not as fond of, and making sure that you're giving opportunity for them to practice through all of their senses. I know I'm probably forgetting something in particular, because when it comes to sensory, I can talk about it all day, because there is so much that you can do with it. Check out some of my videos that I have talking about a very simple kit, me prepping our Valentine's Day kit from last year. If you're ever looking for an idea because maybe you don't want to use as much screen time, or you're traveling, or you're trying to cook, or you're trying to just do things and you want them to do something independently, this may be the activity to choose, because it is going to help them in so many ways than just one.